Ah, the holidays, a delight for the senses. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, and that warm, cozy feel. Hi, I'm Rosemary, and welcome to my Delight the Senses DIY Budget Cozy Home and Gift series, where I will share budget-friendly ideas to create a wonderful, cozy holiday home atmosphere, and then show you how to turn those ideas into gifts to share with friends and family. In today's video, we'll be indulging our sense of taste with some delicious foods and drinks of the season. And with the colder weather setting in, let's start with a holiday favorite, hot cocoa. And an easy and fun way to bring a festive and inviting touch to your home is to create a hot cocoa station. And you can go large or small with this idea by simply adding a few items to a small section of your countertop, to dedicating an entire area of your kitchen, dining, or living space for the full-blown experience. Either way, the star of the show will of course be the cocoa, which you can place in decorative canisters along with fixins like marshmallows, sprinkles, candy pieces, and stir sticks and spoons. And no need to spend a fortune on those fancy canisters. Finds from dollar or thrift stores, or items you already have, or even items from the recycle bin can be easily transformed into fun and festive canisters. These thrift store glass containers with lids easily transform into adorable Christmas decor by adding these inexpensive gingerbread Christmas ornaments from Hobby Lobby to the front that I picked up for just $1.49. You can attach with E6000 for a permanent hold, but I chose to just do some double-sided mounting tape for a temporary hold. Mini ornaments are another great option for small containers. These are from Hobby Lobby, who has a great selection for about $2.49 a pack, as does Walmart for a similar price, and Dollar Tree has also expanded their mini ornament selection. I love using them in all types of applications, and here they become the perfect accents for these small lidded jars I already had on hand. Together, they create an adorable mini cocoa bar to add a delightful festive touch. Now, if you want to take your cocoa bar up a notch, you can add in some other items like stir sticks, treats, festive cups, napkins and plates, and decor pieces. For stir sticks, you can use everything from candy canes to candy cane spoons to chocolate spoons to cinnamon sticks to Christmas lollipops. Just place in glasses or jars, and you can even add a decorative fill if you like. You could also add a supply of festive cups, napkins, and plates, along with a tin full of Christmas cookies. Cocoa bars are also a delightful addition to parties and get-togethers and can be set up more like a buffet. You can fill Dollar Tree bowls that come 4 to a pack with toppings and fixins, and add a whipped cream canister made from a Dollar Tree cylinder vase wrapped in a piece of scrapbook paper to the middle. A tiered tray like this DIY one can hold stir sticks and treats, while a selection of flavored hot cocos can stand at the ready, again in decorative canisters. I made these from Dollar Tree jars with lids that I painted with red paint and then topped with a glued-on Dollar Tree figurine. This set of decorative jars was made with recycled lidded candle jars, glued to painted thrift store bud vases, and topped with Dollar Tree ping pong ball faux cupcakes, and I'll provide a link to the full tutorials for these, as well as all the other hot cocoa bar DIYs mentioned in this video. Cocoa bars are such a wonderful way to delight your guests at gatherings, and also a delightful tradition to bring a little joy on a daily basis to yourself and your family through the holiday season. So why not continue to spread that joy with cocoa bar-inspired gifts? Why not add those adorable gingerbread decorated thrift store canisters filled with cocoa and fixins to a basket for a beautiful and budget-friendly gift? Or how about an inviting selection of gourmet flavored cocos in these impressive hinged lid glass jars from Dollar Tree? A few years back, I did a video on how to make 15 different gourmet flavored hot cocos, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. But here's one example, plus some updates. One of the hacks I used in that video was to flavor your cocos by adding crushed hard candy to your cocoa mix in the ratio of 2 candies per serving of cocoa. To make larger portions for gift giving, the ratio is for every 2 cups of cocoa mix, use 30 hard candies. And in this example, I'll be making peppermint cocoa. So I took 30 peppermint candies, placed them in a plastic bag, and first broke them up with a mallet. From there, I transferred them into a blender to further process them into a fine powder. Now, this is a necessary step for longer-term storage or gift giving, as the candy will get clumped up otherwise. From there, I added in 2 cups of cocoa mix and blended the two together. In order to get it better in the shot, I tried to do this with the smoothie attachment, but found that I did need the full-size blender after all. This yields a little more than 2 cups, and it's the perfect amount for those Dollar Tree hinged lid jars. You can check out that gourmet flavor hack video linked in the description for more flavor ideas. Just remember, unless using immediately, all the recipes using candies must be blended into a fine powder first before mixing into the cocoa powder. But now I'm happy to report there seems to have been some innovations since that video was published. I'm now seeing these flavor seasonings like these available at Walmart. They have flavors like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Girl Scout flavors like Thin Mint and S'mores. I also found this Snickers flavored seasoning at Dollar Tree. But before I get into how to use these to flavor cocoa, I'd like to ask you if you're enjoying this content. If so, please hit the like button as well as comment to let me know. And please share with others if you think they'd also like this video. Unfortunately, despite insanely high ratios of likes to views, comments to views, watch time, and other metrics, YouTube continues to throttle my channel and suppress my content. So I'm thinking, not unlike a snowball's chance in hell, the only chance my content has of getting one past the goalie is if those metrics go from insanely high to ridiculously, absurdly, mind-blowingly, insanely high. So whatever you can do to help would be much appreciated. Thanks, and back to the cocoa. These, to the best of my knowledge, didn't exist when I made my flavor hack video several years ago, and they definitely simplify DIY flavoring by simply adding 1 tablespoon of seasoning to 1 serving of cocoa. To make a larger batch, I took 2 cups of cocoa mix, and my favorite by far is Nestle's, and this large canister is just $5.24 at Walmart. I placed it in a plastic bag and added 3/4 a cup of seasoning mix, which is a good portion of the container. Now, since I got the Snickers one at Dollar Tree, that keeps the costs in check. However, the flavors from Walmart are almost $5 per container, so that is something to keep in mind. But the beauty here is that you can just shake the two together and you're good to go. However, if you are trying to keep costs down, the powdered hard candies and the other hacks from the video are definitely the way to go. From there, you can place your gourmet flavored cocos in jars and label. I created these tags for the peppermint, Snickers bar, and s'mores flavors, plus 1 blank option, and you can find a free link in the description box if you would like to use these. Next, you can make them more festive by decorating with some ribbon or twine and things like mini ornaments or greens, and give us individual gifts or create a set. I found that 3 of these hinged lid jars fit perfectly on one of the Dollar Tree rectangular trays, then wrap with cellophane and decorate, and you have an even more substantial, yet still budget-friendly gift. Another option would be to pair a jar of your DIY gourmet flavor cocoa with items like stir sticks, marshmallows, and treats for a little cocoa bar in a box. To make, I simply took a Dollar Tree gift box and taped the top to the base. Then I filled with shred and added the cocoa, then placed a bag of mini marshmallows underneath. Next came a box of chocolate stir sticks and a pair of DIY double-decker Rice Krispie treats, and then finished with a mini ornament and a bow. A gift that is sure to be welcomed and enjoyed not only for the cocoa, but also for the treats. Which now brings us on to said treats. And what are the holidays without treats? Cookies, candies, cakes, and pie, oh my! A host of indulgences. And while it's not so great to go too far overboard, a little festive treat is fun to make and to have on hand, as well as give as gifts. Like those double-decker decorated Rice Krispie treats in the hot cocoa box gift set, or fudge-dipped Oreos on a stick in the hot cocoa bar. Decorative treats are not only delicious, but festive too. And if you choose to decorate store-bought treats, they're even super easy to make. For example, although it's easy enough to make Rice Krispie treats from scratch, if you don't have the time, these Rice Krispie treats from Walmart are a good substitute. They come individually wrapped in a 12-pack and cost just $2.84 for the box. To make them more festive, you can use candy melts and holiday sprinkles or candies to decorate. To take them to the next level, literally, why not double them up like they do in the fancy candy shops? Simply take 2 squares, either store-bought or homemade, then melt some chocolate of your choice in the microwave and spread the melted chocolate on the first square, then place the second on top. From there, you can drizzle some chocolate on the top layer. And now if your chocolate is too thick to drizzle, add some shortening to thin. Once you have that drizzle-like consistency, Coat a spoon with the chocolate, then move it quickly back and forth over the top of your treats. When the drizzle is still wet, you can add some holiday colored sprinkles or candies to the top. And these are sure to delight family and friends, guests to your home, and gift recipients alike. To give as gifts, you can do a whole cellophane wrap tray or package individually in treat bags and tie with a ribbon and tag. Give as is or along with cocoa and or other treats as previously seen. But if Rice Krispie treats aren't your thing, there's a host of other ready-made items that can be easily decorated to create a scrumptious selection of festive treats to serve at your next gathering, give as gifts, or simply have on hand for your family to enjoy through the season. And these are so easy, they make a great family holiday project as well. Other store-bought items to consider include chocolate-covered pretzels and cookies like these amazing fudge-dipped Oreos and Nutter Butters. These treats can simply be given the same treatment as the Rice Krispie treats by melting chocolate or candy wafers, then drizzling and decorating with holiday sprinkles. If you don't want to get all those different holiday colors, a good rule of thumb is just to get chocolate and white chocolate, then use colored sprinkles to add the festive touch. This way, you can use the same chocolates for each holiday, just change out the sprinkles. If you're not up for drizzling, another option is to dip your pretzel or cookie first into melted chocolate, then into the sprinkles. For entertaining, you can make a variety tray or do single offerings for colorful and delicious additions to your sweet table. To package as gifts, you can again wrap trays in cellophane or do smaller gifts in a variety of inexpensive containers from Dollar Tree and other discount retailers. And these treats make thoughtful, perfect little individual gifts and stocking stuffers. Just pick up these mini treat bags at Walmart or a craft store and package as is or add a stick, also available at those stores, for a fun little lollipop-style cookie treat. They even have bags specially sized for pretzels. Add a tag and you have a sweet little gift anyone would be happy to receive. And then here is one of my favorite ways to wrap, especially the fudge-dipped Oreos and Nutter Butters. Cut both a square of cardboard and a square of scrapbook paper 4 inches by 4 inches. Then glue the paper on top of the cardboard and slide that into a plastic treat bag. Add your decorated cookies and tie with a bow for an impressive but inexpensive gift looking like something from a high-end boutique. On the other hand, if you prefer a more down-home style gift, mason jar gifts are always an excellent choice. And here is a great-looking layered chocolate chip cookie mason jar gift, which comes together quickly and easily with a little box cake hack. To make, I'll be using a large 32-ounce size mason jar and a box of yellow cake mix. I like to sift mine to get the best possible presentation, but that's totally optional and not necessary. In addition, I'll also be using 2 1/3 cups portions of packed brown sugar plus 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I'll have 2 portions of chocolate chips, both measuring 3/4 of a cup. And I will again be placing my chocolate chip mix-ins into the plastic party loop bags to keep them separated from my other ingredients. And then I'll place the ingredients into a 1-quart wide-mouthed mason jar, starting with 1 cup of the cake mix plus 1 teaspoon of salt. Next, my first bag of chocolate chips. Next, my first 1/3 cup portion of brown sugar, followed by another cup of cake mix, and then that second brown sugar portion. Top that with the second bag of chocolate chips, and then that last cup of cake mix. Tamp down the contents from the top to keep the layers in place. And for this one, I decided to again use a decorative cloth topper that I tied on with some twine, and then again use one of Nikki's label to describe the contents and give the directions. And for this jar gift, the cost comes in at about $5. And of course, you can use this same shortcut to bake up a batch for your own home and family. And speaking of treating your family, sometimes a holiday indulgence can be not just what you eat, but where you eat it. And breakfast in bed is a great way to create a little indulgence during the holiday season. Pancakes are always a good choice, but how about making them a little more special with mix-ins, like M&Ms, chocolate chips, and fruits and nuts. And of course, you can spread the joy since this also makes an outstanding mason jar gift. To make, I used a quart-size mason jar and also some complete buttermilk pancake mix. I really like the Hungry Jack brand, but you could use your favorite as long as it is the complete mix. I filled the jar to the 2 1/2 cup line on the jar and then tapped it down to settle the mix, making sure it's compacted so that my gift doesn't show up half empty by the time I'm ready to give it. And now the fun part, mix-ins. And you can really come up with all kinds of options here, but we chose to go with M&Ms, mini chocolate chips, and a date and nut combo. We'll top each jar with 3/4 cups of one of these, and we'll place the mix-ins in a cellophane party loot bag to keep them separated from the pancake mix. I trim the excess paper off the top of the bag, and then simply place the bag into the jar on top of the pancake mix. Nikki again made those adorable tags for each variety where you can fold it in half and it has the variety name on the front and then the instructions on the back. For this one, I'm going to be adding a decorative cloth topper, and I used a 7-inch plate for my template, outlining it with a pencil. To cut it out, I like to use pinking shears, one because it stops the fabric from fraying, and also because it gives a nice decorative edge. I'll place the cut cloth on top of the jar, and then use a rubber band to secure it in place. I'll then wrap with some baker's twine, and use that to attach the tag. This M&M version comes in at about $5, but the cheapest version would be the mini chocolate chips coming in at just about $3. Okay, so far we covered a lot of sweet treats, but what about savory treats, especially for parties and get-togethers? Well, here are a few quick and easy dip mixes to keep on hand when you need something quick to whip up either to bring to a get-together or if you're having one of your own. And yes, they also make great little gifts as well. The first dip mix is for an Italian bread herb dip, and it has 1 tablespoon each of red pepper, black pepper, oregano, parsley, dried minced garlic, onion powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then from here, all you need to do is mix all these ingredients together. And then all I did was place the contents into one of these square snack bags that I just picked up from Walmart. And then Nikki again made these beautiful foldable labels that have the variety on the front and then the directions on how to make on the back. And she made it for each variety. And once again, these are available in a link in the description box to free printables. Once I filled the bag with herbs, I folded the bag over twice and then stapled the top to seal it. Next, I used the stapler again to attach the label. Next up, we have a dill dip that has 3 tablespoons of dill, 1 tablespoon each of chopped onion, onion powder, celery seed, parsley, and then 1 teaspoon of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I then again mixed it all together and then placed it in one of those little bags and added the dill label. For the last dip mix, we have a garlic and herb dip, which has 4 tablespoons of parsley, 3 tablespoons of dried minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Again, mix it all together, put it in the bag, and put on the appropriate label. These dip mixes are delicious, and they're copycats of the types of dip mixes that you find at boutique stores, as well as at craft markets and the like, which are usually selling for $5 or more. And this one will set you back maybe about $1 or $2, depending on where you buy the herbs. Now, if you're thinking dips are nice, but something a little more substantial would be better. Well, good news. My son Matt and I are bringing our Budget Meal Challenge series into the holidays with multiple videos featuring affordable party apps. Be sure to check out the link in the description box or at the end of this video. And when enjoying those party apps, you may want to enjoy and serve some festive drinks. We already took a look at taking hot cocoa next level, but what about cocktails and mocktails? Mulled cider and wine, hot toddies, sangrias, and other fruity drinks are always a surefire way to create a fun festive vibe at your next holiday get-together or indulge yourself and family for a cozy night in. Simmer wine or cider over low heat and add orange slices and spices like cinnamon, clove, cardamom, and star anise to make mulled wine or cider that is not only delicious, but will also make your house smell wonderful. Add those same spices to simmering tea, along with slices of lemon, for another delicious and fabulous smelling warm beverage. Add a shot of your favorite spirit to make it a hot toddy. To make a sangria, add slices of oranges, lemons, and apples to wine or sparkling cider and let infuse an hour or two before serving. Now, if you're not up for all that fruit slicing, a great shortcut is to use freeze-dried or dehydrated fruits. Discount retailers like Walmart, Target, and Dollar Tree all sell bags of these, with freeze-dried being the quickest to rehydrate, as well as the one most like fresh fruit. To instantly level up your cocktails or mocktails, simply add a few freeze-dried fruits like strawberries or raspberries. They'll plump up in a minute or two, leaving everyone to think you were peeling and slicing all day. And here's how to turn this into a cute little gift idea using Country Time lemonade mix and freeze-dried berries. To make, I took a 1-pint mason jar and added 3 tablespoons of the lemonade mix and then topped with 1/2 cup of the freeze-dried berries, and in this case, raspberries. And then that is all that goes in the jar. From here, I'll add the tags, and Nikki again made these foldable ones with the variety on the front and the instructions on how to make on the back. She also made those cute little coordinating labels for the lid. So after folding and gluing, I'm again going to make the hole with a hole punch, but this time I'm going to be making 2 holes at the top of the label. Then I'll wrap the lid with twine and pull the 2 ends through the 2 holes in the label. Tie a sweet little bow at the top and you'll delight your family and friends with this adorable gift that will only set you back about $3. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this first episode of my Delight the Senses DIY Budget Cozy Home and Gift series. Be sure to check back, or better yet subscribe, to see the next episodes in the series. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.